show you her fancy little, look, this is her quote.
Oh, I love that. I used to deliberate endlessly and now I take action and make things happen. I love that.
Yeah. You were getting in your head, like these, actually thinking about it, you had a lot of really hard thoughts when we first talked. And I'm going to just
so welcome, Danielle. Danielle has taken some big leaps since she started with us, and she's here to talk to us today. Danielle, maybe talk a bit about where you were when you started Kickstartology and why you decided to join.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see all you and listen to all of you. So when I started Kickstartology, my first thought was, I am never going to finish this program. I'm going to buy it and then I'm going to not do it. And then the person in my life who's close to me who doesn't think that this is a good idea is going to be right. And I don't like that at all. So I am going to try hard on this. And I also thought to myself, I don't know what I want. Do I want anything? Like, maybe I have everything I want. I'm 50. I know I look 40, but you know, I'm 50 and and, and I thought, you know, maybe it's all past me now. You know, maybe I had my fun times before. Maybe I had my career success before. You know, but yet I know I'm capable of more, and I've had a hard 5 years and something's got to change. I don't have the energy to do it myself. I need some help, which is another big thing because I'm Gen X. So I'm cynical, I'm sarcastic, and I never ask anybody for help. I do everything myself. So, you know, that's kind of who I am. And the whole idea of community and sharing and I don't know. It was like, this is Vicky, I want one-on-one coaching. And Steph said, really think you should go for the group coaching. And I was like, oh God, okay. Anyway, it all turned out amazing. And I feel so energized being here. And I don't know, I'm quite happy. So I want to tell you, that's who I was when I got here.
I love that. And who are you today? Talk a bit about some of the big leaps you've made, shifts in terms of, you know, your belief about yourself and how that impacted. Maybe tell them about your business a little bit and what thoughts you have where you are now.
Yeah, so I think the way I want to tell this story answers all of those things. But it, you know, so I said I was kind of annoyed that the person who was close to me didn't believe I would follow through with this. So I quickly realized that I'm going to have to practice commitment. So my first goal was to commit. So for a whole month, I did all the pages all around committing to this program and understanding how it might make me uncomfortable and how I really should do all the pages every morning and how I should do all the lessons and really think about it. So I spent like the first month thinking about that was my goal. And then I got to this, then I kind of was like, what's my star goal going to be? I don't know. It could be this, it could be this. And I had one that didn't make sense. And then Steph and Nadine helped me find another one. And the other one was something I normally wouldn't have gone for because it was money driven. And so money's never been a big deal for me. It's nice to have it and it's nice to be around it. And sure, I'd like more of it, but I'm already really quite fortunate and I've had a lot of advantages. And isn't it kind of icky to want more money? Maybe I should not. And there's a lot that you can unpack there. And I realized, screw it. I deserve money as much as anyone. So why not actually make it a goal and go after it? And then I started thinking about, wow, it would be really cool to have money. And I realized I set a goal for myself. It was to make, what was it? Oh, to make $10,000 a month starting in January. And I run my own business and I'll talk to you about that as well. But so I focused on that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but I realized, okay, I'll just do the pages and I'll do the goal planning worksheet and I'll see.
Yeah, and I just want to interrupt and say it was really interesting because that I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it became how you started using all the tools to really figure that piece out. Instead of, I don't know how I'm going to do it, to shut down your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And you got curious.
Yeah. And I'm naturally curious and optimistic. And this is kind of a good, fun, crazy, you know, let's just be wild and think all those wild things. And, you know, it wasn't easy. When I had this goal in one Thursday noon call, I came and, you know, I said, oh, I had a nap this morning. And Steph said, oh, and how is that helping you achieve your STAR goal? And I was like, oh, snap. Yeah, maybe I need to focus a little bit more. And then I put a kind of a why to my goal, which is I want to make $10,000 a month by January 31st, 2023, so I can contribute to my family's wealth and well-being. And that motivated me because it wasn't just about me, it was about other people. So that's sort of my goal setting. And I guess I was creating a habit of action through this, like a bias to action. Like it was just about getting things done. It wasn't about thinking about things. It wasn't about doing them perfectly, because I also realized I was a perfectionist, and I used to think I was one. And I'm like, no, I'm too laid back to be a perfectionist. And then I realized I was, because I was, my favorite line is, "You are not a robot," Stephanie says to us. "You are not a robot." And it's true. I'm not a robot. We all like to create these grandiose plans. And, if you don't follow, like if you join a 30-day commitment to yoga and you don't go on the second day, you're like, that's it, it's over, I'm finished. I can't do this again. I can't keep going because I already failed. And I learned, no, so what? Like, it's not about getting all the perfect check marks. So it's about getting, for me, it was about getting a lot of the check marks, but it didn't have to be all of them, because I'm not a robot. And that I keep remembering. And when I have difficult times, feelings, thoughts, situations that I can't control, then I think, okay, I'm not a robot, so I'm not going to get my big top 3 things done for work today. I had a headache for the last 2 days, a worse headache than I've had in my whole life. And I could not sit at the computer and work. So I finally went and got some Tylenol from sinuses, like extra strength, double time, whatever. Took it at 10 this morning. I feel like a completely different person. But during that 2 days, I kind of went off the rails a bit, but then I always came back, because I know that these things are just thoughts, that they don't mean anything, that the objective reality of my situation is these decisions and these commitments I've made. And
can I just interrupt and ask something?
Yeah.
Just over time, I want to get to really something interesting. Well, I thought it was really interesting. When we first talked, one of the things I really noticed is you sounded bored to tears with some of the goals you said you wanted. Like Danielle has 2 businesses and she was like, I should grow this one. And I'm like, why? Because I should. I just feel like I have. And there's all this pressure. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and be your accountability person that you have to do A, B, C, and D. Ava, like there's so many reasons I can tell you do not want this. And there's like this undertone of like, I could tell fun, and you kind of acknowledge, you're like, yeah, I haven't been having as much like fun in my life. And like, I haven't been excited about stuff. And I was kind of saying, well, let's find that. And you've been having so much fun. Watching you're making more money than ever, and you're having a blast. Like you're doing more cool shit than ever. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's been an amazing journey, and like my whole mindset has changed about so many things, and I really like getting things done. And it's not about me as much anymore. It's about these goals and what I'm capable of and what I can achieve.
Fun of that partially. Yeah, it's not pass or fail.
Yeah, it's definitely not. So the kind of confidence, and so I have 2 businesses, and I'm kind of doing a offshoot on one of them already. So now I've got 3 of these businesses, and I'm really needing to manage my mind and my tasks and everything else. But I keep coming back to these tools that we use, and, finding what works and never being hard on myself. Like, don't be an asshole to yourself is one of the laws of alignment. Don't be an asshole to yourself. Collect data, not judgments. Like, it's not about you. That I keep thinking this. It's not about my value as a person.
Yeah.
None of what I think about in my head is about me or value of my person. And I'm usually a little more energetic than I am right now. But I was telling you,
awesome. You're delightful.
I got the headache is, my God, really took it out of me. But yeah.
Thank you for coming. I know you've got a lot.
Thank you for having me, everybody.
Thank you so much. And it's been so much fun. I can't wait to watch what's next. Like, I'm excited about it.
Well, I've enjoyed being here so much. The next Reset Lab, I'm definitely coming, because like I was madly writing notes like I always have with our lessons in coaching, because the more reminders you have of stuff, the more it becomes in your subconscious, and then the easier it is to just live with those thoughts and, get where you want to be and enjoy life and stop thinking so much.
Yes.
I love that. I love that so much.